A woman walks out of Sports Direct holding a box. The label says orthopedic comfort, recommended by podiatrists. Her podiatrist will see her in 4 months, with plantar fasciitis she did not have before she bought those shoes. By the end of this video, you will own a 30-second physical test you can run on any shoe, in any shop, at any price point, before you spend a single pound. And you will understand exactly why 5 of Britain's most recognized footwear brands are quietly filling NHS podiatry waiting lists. The moment that will stop you cold is coming in Block 4. It involves a shoe most British adults wear at home every single day. Grab the shoe you wear most, right now, off your foot, or from beside the door. Hold it in both hands. You're going to test it live as we move through this. If it is a slipper, that is even more important. Skechers is the #1 selling shoe brand in the UK. That fact alone should make you pause, because UK podiatrist Katrina Waller of Complete Feet Clinic in Hampshire has a specific clinical term for what the memory foam and Go Walk ranges do to your foot. She calls it insole Alzheimer's. The foam does not guide your foot into correct alignment. It learns the position your foot already holds, every collapsed arch, every inward roll, and holds that shape permanently. It is not correcting your gait, it is preserving your mistake. The memory foam range uses low-density polyurethane that compresses significantly within 15 to 16 weeks, based on 2025 UK bioreports. Once compressed, it offers neither cushioning nor structure. The Go Walk line compounds this with ultra-flexible soles and no adjustable fastening. 2 simultaneous violations of NICE NG 249 falls prevention criteria. Patients presenting at Complete Feet with plantar fasciitis, knee pain, and worsening corns frequently wear Skechers non-arch fit lines. One important distinction. Before we move on, the Skechers Arch Fit line, developed with 120 podiatrists and 120,000 foot scans, is a genuinely different product. If a podiatrist recommended Skechers to you, confirm it is Arch Fit specifically. Everything else in that range is comfort marketed as support. Imagine buying a jar of Marmite and finding it tastes different. Same label, different factory, different recipe. That is Crocs after 2020. Crocs was founded in 1825, 200 years of British shoemaking. The school shoes your parents bought you. In 2020, the company went into administration and was acquired by Lion Rock Capital, a Hong Kong private equity firm. Production shifted. Synthetic materials replaced leather. Batching consistency increased across ranges. The numbers confirm the trajectory. For the 12 months to December 2024, Crocs reported revenue down 9.4% to £901 million, a pre-tax loss of £39.2 million, and more than 1,200 jobs cut globally, which surveyed 2,648 UK consumers across 3,112 pairs of walking shoes in May 2025. Crocs was not among the 7 brands awarded recommended status. Brands like Grisport and Decathlon Quechua scored higher for both durability and value. The Cushion Plus and Originals ranges are priced from £65 to £120. That is heritage pricing for a product the evidence no longer consistently supports. Before 2020, Crocs was genuinely excellent. After 2020, the name is not a guarantee. Check current reviews before you buy. Do not rely on what the brand used to be. How did a shoe that violates 3 simultaneous NHS falls prevention criteria become one of the most recommended products for older adults and nurses? The Crocs Classic Clog is sold at John Lewis for £34.99 and across Sports Direct, Shoe, and Amazon UK. The marketing targets exactly the demographic most at risk. The problem is structural and specific. The strap does not lock the heel in place. The wide, loose foot box lets the foot slide forward with every step, forcing the toes to grip the clog to keep it on. That gripping pattern, repeated thousands of times a day, leads directly to Achilles tendinopathy and hammer toe development. The Croslite foam sole wears smooth with regular use. A smooth sole on British wet pavements, bathroom tiles, or a kitchen floor is a falls risk. NICENG 249. 49 criteria. Flag 3 specific features: no adjustable fastening, no firm heel cup, and a soft sole. The Crocs Classic violates all 3 simultaneously. Podiatrists describe the Classic Clog as a significant falls risk for older patients. If you are over 50, have balance concerns, or use a walking aid, this is a falls risk product wearing a comfort badge. Put it down. Most British adults over 50 who fracture a hip do it at home. Not on a wet pavement, not on a supermarket floor, at home. The NHS Lincolnshire Partnership Trust states this explicitly. Footwear worn indoors should carry the same non-slip supportive properties as outdoor shoes. The majority of falls in people over 65 happen inside the home. Yet the footwear most commonly worn at home, UGG classic boots at £145 to £160, and memory foam slippers from Marks & Spencer, Primark, Dunelm, and seasonal Aldi lines at £8 to £30, shares an identical structural failure at both price points. There is no heel cup. The lining compresses so the foot slides forward. The toes grip to keep the shoe on. That pattern overworks the plantar fascia and Achilles tendon continuously. There is no fastening. There is no arch support. A 9-pound pair of Dunelm slippers is one of the most common triggers of a plantar fasciitis flare in people over 50, presenting at NHS podiatry clinics. The slipper is not rest for your foot. Restrict memory foam slippers to the hour before bed. For anything longer, your foot needs the same structure indoors that it needs outside. A 20-pound karrimor sits on the same shelf as a 120-pound ASICS. Same silhouette, same signage. The shelf cannot tell you which one supports your foot and which one straps it to flat foam. Budget sports, direct-owned brand trainers, Karrimor, Lonsdale, and Walker, are priced at £12 to £20. They look precisely like technical footwear. They are not. UK buyers describe them as feeling like a moccasin, with no real arch presence and heel pounding after a single shopping trip. The insole is flat foam with no heel support and no arch profile. The heel cup collapses under a single finger. The sole twists like a wet flannel. The midsole folds at the arch rather than at the toe joint. Sports Direct shelving creates visual equivalence between a 20-pound Karrimor and a 120-pound running shoe. For an older adult told by their GP to wear proper trainers, that visual equivalence is a trap with real clinical consequences. A trainer-shaped shoe is not a supportive trainer. The 4-step test coming shortly will make that distinction permanent. You will never be fooled by a silhouette again. 5 brands down, 5 solutions coming, and they are not all expensive. Before we get there, if this video is already changing how you look at your shoe rack, hit subscribe now. The next video in this series covers orthotics versus insoles, a distinction that could save you £200 and 6 months of unnecessary pain. Stay with us. The best part of this video is still ahead, and it includes a 30-second test you will use for the rest of your life. A decade ago, HOKA was a niche ultra-running brand. Podiatrists barely mentioned it. Then plantar fasciitis patients started coming back to clinic with less pain, and they were all wearing the same shoe. HOKA is now available at JD Sports, Cotswold Outdoor, Foot Locker UK, and HOKA.com. The Bondi 9 is priced at £150 to £165. The Gaviota 5 at £140 to £155. The Clifton 10 at £130 to £145. Cotswold Outdoor reported a confirmed sales uplift from their HOKA campaign in May 2026. The reason podiatrists recommend HOKA is mechanical and specific. The midsole is high-volume structured foam, not memory foam. It maintains its shape under body weight because it is load-bearing, not conforming. The meta-rocker geometry reduces the range of motion at the ankle with each step, directly reducing the stretch force on the plantar fascia. That is the mechanism. That is why patients experience relief. Flawless Physio UK names HOKA the most recommended shoe brand by podiatrists for heel pain and plantar fasciitis. For over 50 buyers, Bondi 9 for maximum cushion, Gaviota 5 if you overpronate, Clifton 10 if the Bondi feels too heavy for daily wear. Picture your foot landing on hard ground 8,000 times a day. Every impact travels upward: heel, ankle, knee, hip, lower back. The question good footwear engineering answers is, where does that force go? Brooks and ASICS give 2 different answers, and both are clinically validated for the UK market. The Brooks Adrenaline GTS 25 is available from sportsshoes.com, Run and Become, and brooksrunning.com at £120 to £145. Its guide rails technology provides gentle lateral guidance that engages only when the foot deviates from its natural path, without hard overcorrection. For people over 50 whose gait varies with fatigue, this is more appropriate than a rigid motion control post. Brooks holds the APMA seal of acceptance. UK physiotherapists and podiatrists consistently list the Adrenaline GTS in their top 3 recommendations for plantar fasciitis and knee pain. The ASICS Gel Kayano 32 is available from £104 across 19 UK retailers, including Start Fitness, Run Northwest, and the ASICS UK outlet. The gel cushioning disperses impact across the heel and arch without collapsing under body weight. 2 mechanisms, 1 outcome: impact absorbed before it becomes injury. Both are available in wide widths at specialist UK retailers.